Hello, it's day 52, and I want to talk about vanity sizing. One of my least favorite activities is clothes shopping. There's nothing less fun to me than wandering around a department store, having to touch everything, having to pull out the tiny sizes and the huge sizes to try to find something that's going to fit you. Or worse, getting online, clicking through thousands and thousands of pages, just reading reviews and trying to find something that's going to fit you. And in my experience out in the world, there are very few things that fit my unique body shape, shall we say. So I've gotten in the habit of when I find something that works for me, something that I like, I will treat it like the holy grail. I will go back and I will buy it in every color just so that I can have it. And one of the things that frustrates me so much about shopping for clothes is vanity sizing. Diet Buddy, I'm going to explain this to you as if you know nothing about it because I don't know. If you're not American or if you're not used to shopping for like traditionally feminine clothes, I'm not entirely sure everybody knows what vanity sizing is. But basically, let's say that you have a size 30 waist. I wish, right? But let's just say for the sake of um, argument that you have a size 30 waist. Now, if you are shopping for masculine clothes, you can just walk into the section, find the pants that are size 30, and there you go. Easy, easy peasy, right? But if you go into the women's section, it will depend on which brand you're buying. It will depend on which store you're at. It will depend on if they're doing US sizes, European sizes, Asian sizes. The size will be different, and typically it will be scaled down. I understand why companies do this. It's because women are encouraged to be as small as possible. So if you are choosing between brand A and brand B, and you've got the exact same size in your hands, you're more likely to choose the brand that labels you a smaller size. If you've got a size 30 waist and brand A says that that's a size, I don't know, 10, I don't actually know what that size would be, but brand B says that's a size 11, you're going to go with the smaller size because, oh, you're a smaller lady. I feel like vanity sizing was a much bigger deal in the early 2000s. I used to hate shopping in the early 2000s. My mom would take me. She loves clothes shopping, and there is nothing I like less, just like I said. My mom is one of these people who will gather a cart just laden full of hundreds of garments, and she will just spend the whole day in the fitting room just trying things on, fitting outfits, trying things on multiple times with multiple different pieces. I have like very distinct memories of being in middle school and just wandering away while she was doing that and going to look at the fountain at the mall or whatever. But back then, you could vanity size a lot more sneakily, I think, if you were a company. Because nowadays, most people are doing their shopping online. And if you're shopping online, there's always a sizing chart where you have to measure yourself anyway. And if you discover that you have a 30-inch waist, you then have to correlate it to the chart, like, oh, that's a size 10 or whatever. So even though they're telling you you're a size 10, you know secretly that you have a 30-inch waist. So I feel like some companies are moving away from vanity sizing in a sense. And also, clothes are a lot less segregated by gender now, I've noticed. Maybe not so much in my part of the world, because I do live in a very conservative area, but when I was a girl, I used to really fear stepping into the men's section at clothing stores. I felt like people were just going to pop out of the woodwork and be like, you, feminine female, what are you doing in the man's section? And I'd just be like, I don't know, I thought I'd get some shorts with good pockets. And they'd be like, no, go back to the ladies section, only men, only manly men. But I do, like, there are certain articles of clothes that I feel like I just prefer the way the men's style is rather than the women's style. I like to, like I just mentioned, shorts. I like to wear masculine shorts with like a very feminine top and like really feminine shoes. And they really don't do vanity sizing for masculine clothes. And strangely, I appreciate that. Now, I do know that there are a lot of women who appreciate vanity sizing because they're very uncomfortable with approaching the idea that they take up space. And maybe that's not the only reason, but I know that if you were to just suddenly scale up all the clothes, you wouldn't actually be scaling them up. If you gave a woman a pair of pants and said, you are a size 30, there are some women out there who would take that very, very hard. And I think men could go the other direction too. If you started telling men, hey, these 30-inch waisted pants, these are size 12. I think that there are a lot of guys who would be like, excellent, size 12, I am losing weight. But I've always been like an information kind of person. I like knowing the exact data. Maybe that's a math brain thing, but it's just the way that I am. I don't think you can deny that Americans have been getting bigger. All of the data shows it. But the fact that we haven't allowed our clothing to scale up with us, it really says something about like the psychology of weight loss. I would venture to say that I could approach anyone on the street right now and ask them, are you happy with your size? And if they were to answer me honestly, I think a lot of people would say no. Because that's another thing that I've noticed. I can squeeze my butt into a size 16. I'm comfortable in a size 18, but I really like to wear a size 20 because I like things to fit my calves. I have massive calves, as I mentioned a while back. And you know what? When I go to shop for those sizes in the stores around here, all of those sizes are always sold out. It's a selection bias at work. Most of the women around here wear that size, so the sizes that are left are either smaller or much, much bigger. So is that a hidden benefit of getting more fit and healthy? That there would be a better selection of clothes for me to pick from because fewer women around here wear that size? It's a thought, but it's not really one that like entices me to lose weight. I don't like clothes shopping. I don't think I ever will. I've always wanted to leave the country and just go somewhere else and see what things are like there. Like if I were to just hop over to Japan and walk into a department store, what would their sizing look like? I know I could look it up online, but I'd be very interested to know, would there be anything that would fit me? Same with Europe. Like if I were to just step off a boat in Scandinavia, for example, would there be anything for me? Or is my body purely a product of America? Would I only fit in American clothing? I don't know. I don't know. These are the things I sit around and think about when I'm alone at work. Well, I'd be interested to hear what you think of clothes shopping. Is it something that triggers you? Is it something that you enjoy doing? Let me know. Seems to me like dieting isn't getting any easier. And if that doesn't get any easier, clothes shopping isn't going to get any easier either.